these disputes among neighbors went way too far. One of the strangest neighbor feuds ended in a California courtroom with a judge ordering an end to the music. In particular, one song.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale.
Mark Tofik of Laguna Beach says it started after he asked his neighbor, billionaire Bill Gross, to take down a net he says was blocking his ocean view. He claims Gross retaliated by blasting the theme song to Gilligan's Island for hours on end, which Tofik recorded on his cell phone.
Was Gilligan's Island played on a loop?
Yes.
Tofik sued and a judge ruled that Gross was harassing him. One man really got back at his neighbor for impeding on his territory. Gabriel Braun says he has been feuding with his neighbor for years, and after a land survey showed that half of his neighbor's garage was on his property, Braun split the difference, sawing the garage in half so that it was no longer on his side. These dueling neighbors are well known to local authorities.
At least once a week there's some kind of property dispute amongst the people. This one is as extreme as I've ever seen.
I figured this was probably the best answer I could come up with. I don't want these people around. I'm pretty sure they get it now.
Meanwhile, in Florida,
he came after my husband with his tractor, and I don't know if he's armed or not.
A woman frantically called 911 after her neighbor chased her husband with his tractor after an ongoing property line dispute escalated. The man on the tractor, Morris Howell, pleaded guilty to a felony charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without the intent to kill. Another man used a tractor to send a message to his neighbor. Brian Jewell wanted his neighbor to know exactly what he thinks of him building a giant purple house that blocks his ocean view in Washington. Jewell used his tractor to spell out a word that we can't show you. And just so everyone knows who he's talking about, he drew an arrow pointing at the house.
I call it like it is, and if a guy's being I'll call it. It seems to me that when you get to that level of just insane wealth, they think a privilege comes along with that privilege allows them to do anything they want.
We wish these types of disputes were kept between adults, but unfortunately children are sometimes brought into the mix. Like when a man deflated a bouncy castle during a child's birthday party. Police in Port St. Lucie, Florida say this video shows a man deliberately pull out a plug that caused this castle to deflate with children inside. 2 kids had to be brought to the hospital.
We suspect that he may have thought that he was disconnecting the DJ booth and the music, but instead it disconnected the power that goes to the bounce house.
Police identified the neighbor at the time, but they say he quickly hired a lawyer and wouldn't cooperate with their investigation. A neighbor seemed to have a problem with this mom's parenting. Corey Wyden says one day police showed up to her Chicago home because a neighbor was concerned after seeing her daughter walking the family's dog by herself.
It was terrifying for all of us.
Wyden says her daughter, then 8-year-old Dorothy, learns responsibility by walking their dog, and she felt her neighbor was mommy-shaming her. While police didn't pursue charges, Wyden was investigated for suspected abuse and/or neglect by the state of Illinois. Wyden says she doesn't even know which of her neighbors made the complaint.
Somebody can overnight cost you thousands of dollars and put your family through the ultimate nightmare, and you never know who it is.
While the incident shook the family, Wyden says she has no regrets and will continue to let her daughter walk their dog. The Department of Children and Family Services says they found no wrongdoing on the part of the mother and closed the case. Living next door to a celebrity isn't as glamorous as one might think. Just ask Jake Paul's neighbors. In 2017, the Disney Channel actor turned YouTube star came under fire for pulling crazy stunts right in his own backyard, like lighting his mattress on fire to roast marshmallows. A group of friends cheered on his sometimes dangerous antics.
What do you have to say? Can we talk to you?
Jake Paul was quiet when Inside Edition approached him to talk about the complaints. And a Pennsylvania couple made a disturbing discovery after hearing noises in their attic.
For all these years, we have no idea what's been going on inside our own home.
Jerome and Ashley Kennedy live in a historic row house in Pittsburgh, next to who they describe as a reclusive neighbor. But they say that neighbor, Robert Havrilla, was making all that noise as he was spying on them from a crawl space over their bedroom.
Then I saw the light right through there, like it was searching for a place to look through.
So Jerome says he set up a surveillance camera and caught Havrilla in the attic above their bedroom with a drill. Havrilla was arrested and later convicted of criminal trespassing. Here's hoping they all give peace a chance in 2021. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara Montalbano.